Brother Brad.
Steve, thank you, brother. Good morning, everyone, and happy Mother's Day to all the mothers. And a praise to God this morning, blessing us with Brother Danny's presence. It's like seeing a relative, family member that you haven't seen in a long time. Praise God for that. It's a good day. It's a really good day. Of course, we'll turn in our Bibles this morning to the book of Deuteronomy. And I believe we'll pick up in chapter 26. And if I remember correctly and got it marked right, we read 1 through 11. And we're going to start with verse 12 of chapter 1, or chapter 26, verse 12, And it looks like last week Moses is reviewing some more covenant relations and the offering process. That's where we were at as far as when the first fruits were come in of the harvest season. Of course, God was to get the first of that, and there's like a 3-year period there. And this shows the importance and their acknowledgement that they're not forgetting it is God that provides everything for them every day. It's not by their own hands. If it was up to them and their ways, they would have never had nothing. God has delivered them thus far, all the way from Egypt to the point where they are now. And God continues to provide. And some of what we read today coming up, if we make it that far in the next couple chapters, we will see the results of their failure, or we will hear what the results will be if they do not obey God when they go into the promised land. And one thing to remember too, as we read these chapters and verses coming up, the result that God puts on these people is not always immediate. Our God is long-suffering. And sometimes it takes a few years for the result of their sin to catch up with them moving into the future. And that's some of what we're going to read today of Moses is warning them about the blessings and curses that can result of the way they live their lives when they go into the promised land. And it may not always be immediate when they do the wrong thing. It may come around long term and catch up with them. But I promise you, from what Moses warns them about, the penalties are severe for their failure to obey as they move forward into the promised land. So I'm going to read verses 12 through 15 of chapter 26 to start us off. And we'll see where we've gotten to. Pretty short chapter, I believe. 12 through 15, chapter 26. When thou hast made an end of tithing all the tithes of thine increase the 3rd year, so this is after the 3rd year when this starts, which is the year of tithing, and hast given it unto the Levite, the stranger, the fatherless, and the widow, that they may eat within thy gates and be filled. There again, it was important